On the hour, real news, real reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A U.S. aircraft carrier and a bomber task force are on their way to the Middle East to keep an eye on Iran amid a reported threat against American troops and interests there. Pentagon correspondent Cammie McCormick.
A defense official says there were clear indications Iranian forces were preparing to possibly attack U.S. forces in the region. This decision was meant to send a clear message. National Security Advisor John Bolton said any Iranian attack would be met with unrelenting force.
Overseas stock markets take a dive overnight after a threat from President Trump to impose 25% tariffs on Chinese imports. It comes just days before Chinese negotiators are due in Washington for trade talks. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
As of Friday, it looked like nothing could stop U.S. stock markets, with growth strong, with the job market continuing to strengthen. So this development is certainly a disappointment for stock investors.
S&P futures are down 48. Dow futures are off 478. A funeral in Gaza for one of at least 23 Palestinians killed in one of the worst outbreaks of violence between Israel and Palestinian militants in more than 5 years. 4 Israeli civilians were killed. CBS's Robert Berger in Jerusalem says a ceasefire seems to be holding.
A lot of people are going back to work. Some children may be going back to daycare centers and classes. But a lot of people are also assessing the damage. You had 600 rockets fired at Israel. And of course, on the other side, too, Israel launched some very heavy airstrikes, knocking down some big buildings.
A UN panel is releasing a new study this hour on the impact of economic growth and climate change. Live to CBS's Vicki Barker.
1 million species at risk of extinction, and that loss of biodiversity threatens some of the natural systems on which human life ultimately depends. British naturalist Stephen Hussey.
Once you start to lose species, you don't know quite when the critical time comes. You get to a time when it no longer is a functioning ecosystem.
The scientists are calling for a dramatic shift away from the consumption-based polluting economies which are all most of us have ever known. A voice in the wilderness? Perhaps, but the report's been endorsed by 130 countries, including the U.S. and China, Deborah.
Changes are on the way here at CBS News. Our Gail King will be co-hosting CBS This Morning with Anthony Mason and Tony DeCopel. Nora O'Donnell has just been named anchor and managing editor of CBS Evening News, as well as anchor of political event coverage. John Dickerson will be reporting for 60 Minutes. The network is discussing other opportunities with Jeff Glor. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
Your daughter's a genius. And with all those smarts comes a lot of travel. So you're at Hampton by Hilton for a science fair in Springfield. Last month she was a mathlete in Martindale. Next she'll be a robot whiz in Riverside. She fuels up on free Hampton waffles. You fuel up on coffee. With 6 hours of applied biology ahead of you, you need all your synapses firing. Proud parent of a prodigy? That's why we're here with free hot breakfast and more than 2,400 locations. Book at Hampton.com for our price match guarantee. Hampton by Hilton. Terms and conditions apply.
Pros know getting the next job means doing this one right, on time and on budget. Lowe's is here to help by stocking the brands you trust to power through any job, like Hitachi Power Tools, soon to be known as Metabo HPT, and DeWalt. Stop in now during Hitachi Days and get a 3.5-inch 21-degree framing nailer now for just $169. And stay in charge on the job longer with a 4-pack of DeWalt 20-volt max batteries, now just $179. For tools you can trust to get the job done right, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offer valid through 5/12. See store for details, U.S. only.
The Humane Society is kicking off Be Kind to Animals Week.
President and CEO Dr. Robin Gansert says beyond considering animal adoption,
buy foods with the American Humane Certified seal to support farm animals.
That humane certification carries over to zoos and even movies.
We're seeing rising cases of neglect and abuse, and we have to provide shelter for animals impacted by floods, the hurricanes.
The more than 100-year-old commemorative week was officially recognized by Congress in 1990. Matt Piper, CBS News.
Think Lady Gaga. The Metropolitan Museum of Art's annual costume gala is tonight in New York. This year's theme, camp, defined by writer Susan Sontag in 1964 as over-the-topness. Stars from the Kardashians to Harry Styles and Gaga herself are expected. Tickets are $35,000 apiece. Proceeds support the Met's Costume Institute. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Everyone knows even good people fall on hard times. Your credit cards get maxed out, and you get behind on your taxes. Unfortunately, the IRS is not as understanding, and they won't stop until they collect. They have the power to take your paycheck, freeze your bank accounts. Even your home or business could be at risk. It's simply not worth it to take on the IRS by yourself. You need to call the experts at Optima Tax Relief. When you call, be sure to ask about the Fresh Start Initiative. It's a special IRS debt assistance program that could save you thousands, even tens of thousands if you qualify. Optima will immediately provide you with a team of professionals who will fight to protect you from the IRS, ensuring you get the best possible outcome. The Better Business Bureau has awarded them an A+ rating, and you will too. So put the hard times behind you and call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-574-9188. 800-574-9188. 800-574-9188.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Experience no-hassle shopping at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green and Glasgow. Ford's Furniture. Furniture you know. People you trust.
At U.S. Bank, we're proud to be part of our community. All of our great community events inspire more than just the attendees. They inspire the entire community. U.S. Bank is committed to making the communities in which we work and live a better place. Our commitment means supporting the programs and organizations that enrich the quality of life for our neighbors. Because when our community succeeds, everyone wins. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
In retirement, where will your money come from? For many people, retirement income may come from a variety of sources. Here's a few avenues that may provide you money in retirement. Social Security is the government-administered retirement income program. Workers become eligible after paying Social Security taxes for 10 years. Personal savings and investments can provide income during retirement. Retirees tend to look for investments that offer monthly income. Individual retirement accounts have been around since 1974. Contributions you make to a traditional IRA may be fully or partially tax-deductible, depending on your individual circumstances. Distributions from an individual retirement account are taxed as ordinary income. What workers anticipate in terms of retirement income sources may differ considerably from what retirees actually experience. How do these sources of income impact your personal retirement? Please call the Fouch Wealth Advisory Group, Sam Dickinson, or Brian Basinger to discuss your retirement income plan. Call us today at 270-651-2663. Investment counseling since 1854. Securities offered by JJB Hillier, WL Alliance LLC, member NYSE, SIPC, and FINRA. Investing in securities involves risks.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Good morning, everybody. 47 degrees, 7 minutes after the 6 o'clock hour here at WCLU. Let's get ready to check the weather here just in a moment and show you where we're going today. But first things first, we always start off the day with a positive note in the way of birthdays. Yes, we got celebrities here this morning. For example, we've got Judy Stasek having a birthday today. Jonna Thomas with a birthday, too. It's Michaela Humphrey Glass, Brenda Simmons, Hunter Caldwell. Melanie Shroud has a birthday today. We have Miss Becky Hatcher. We understand that Becky is 66 today. That's a wish from Wayne and Becca coming in this morning. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online, simple click here, WCLUradio.com. It's the way things roll. 47 degrees here this morning. Really not a whole lot to talk about in the way of weather today, but Ray Stajic at the Weather Channel sums it up for us this morning.
Pretty good looking weather now as we kick off the new work week. Looking at temperatures starting to modify back into the middle 80s by midweek, and then rain back by Thursday, Friday. Little patchy fog around this morning. That fog could be thick in spots, and then we're clear above that. So sunshine's going to take us through late morning into the afternoon, 78. Tonight, some clouds around 52. Tomorrow, mix of clouds and sunshine, warmer, 82. Wednesday, considerably cloudy with highs in the middle 80s. And then we'll see some rain roll in with a few thunderstorms on Thursday, mid-80s. And some morning thunderstorms Friday with highs cooling off into the upper 60s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Now, if you add up the rainfall we had on Friday, Saturday, and just a wee bit early on Sunday morning, for the entire weekend, we had 79 100s, 0.79 in the rain gauge over the weekend. The barometer this morning is at 30 inches even. Winds out of the southwest at about a mile, 97% humidity. The big deal this morning, though, is the visibility that's been reduced out of the Glasgow airport at one check it was a quarter of a mile. I think it's a little better than that now, but still we have some haze out there, some fog. Let's be aware of that. Use that as we drive with caution to our destinations this morning. And 47 degrees, 610, Brendan and Crane in the newsroom with your local news next.
BG Tire is way more than just tires, though they are the perfect fit for your new tires using your tax refund. Plus, they're your full-service tire and automotive center. They offer pickup and drop-off service to your home or business to save you time. Alignments, oil changes, and brake work, BG Tire does it all, including emergency roadside assistance 24 hours a day. Put your faith in the company that Bowling Green and Glasgow have trusted for over 4 generations. BG Tire, across from BG Home Furnishings on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green.
You're sick and your doctor's office just closed. You injured your finger working in the yard and it's Saturday afternoon. Where do you go? Well, TJ Sampson has 3 choices for you when these and other similar situations occur.
The clinic at Walmart can help with.
TJ Urgent Care at the Pavilion can help with.
And when it's,
Grandpa, are you okay?
you might want to try the emergency department at TJ Sampson Community Hospital.
TJ Sampson Community Hospital. Your community, your hospital.
For WCLU News, I'm Brendan Crane reporting. Another Scotty athlete has signed to play collegiate soccer. Elias Benenguez signed to play soccer with Berea College on Friday at Glasgow High School. According to words from Berea's soccer coach Ruben Rodriguez, Benenguez, quote, checked all the boxes on his campus visit. Benenguez was team captain this past season as well as being the top defensive player. According to Glasgow High School's athletic director Craig Cassidy, Benenguez led the team to 5 district tournaments before making the 15th district all-tournament team. Coach Rodriguez also mentioned Benenguez is the first Berea soccer player recruited from this area. Scotty coach Ken Mahung told the audience the extensive work Benenguez has put in to attain his status, saying Benenguez even forfeited working a job to help his family during the season. To Elias, going in and leading is what he credits as his success point.
Just because you didn't start doing something your entire life doesn't mean you can't be good at it. And as long as you have the right mindset, then you'll be able to achieve whatever you want.
His mother, father, and sister-in-law were all present. According to an emotional Hugo Velasquez, Elias' father, the signing is just the beginning.
Very, very proud of him because all I can say is I never imagined he's going to be to this point. So a few years ago he was a baby, now I can see him.
According to Benenguez, the symbolism of a signing is a testament to many.
I'm an outspoken person. I like to take charge of things, and I like having things my way, and I think just being that voice out there just helps me lead them.
All right. Benenguez plans to major in accounting and become a CPA before moving on to become a CFO. Good luck to Elias as he plays soccer in the fall at Berea College. On Thursday at approximately 8:25 p.m., the Metcalfe County Sheriff's Office responded to an assault complaint on Randolph Summershade Road in the Summershade community. Upon further investigation, it was determined that Daniel Billingsley, 35, and James Coffey, 51, both of Summershade, had been involved in a physical altercation at the residence. Mr. Coffey was transported via EMS to TJ Sampson Community Hospital due to injuries and trauma to his head. Coffey was later transferred to TriStar Skyline Medical Center in Nashville due to the extent of his injury sustained from the altercation. And then on Friday at 12:25 p.m., Daniel Billingsley was arrested for assault, second degree, as a result of the investigation. Mr. Billingsley was then lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. The investigation was led by Deputy Logan Richardson of the Metcalfe County Sheriff's Office. Deputy Richardson was assisted at the scene by Barron, Metcalfe EMS, and KSP Trooper Jonathan Paul. On Friday at approximately 6:02 in the morning, the Metcalfe County Sheriff's Office responded to an injury collision on Summershade Road, Kentucky 90, near the community of Willow Shade. Upon investigating the collision, it was determined that Devin Birdwell, 28, of Columbia, Kentucky, was operating a 1993 Ford Ranger traveling west on Summershade Road when his rear passenger side wheel separated from the vehicle. After separating from the vehicle, the wheel struck the windshield of an oncoming 2015 Chevrolet Silverado pickup. The Silverado was operated by Eric Farley, 54, of Almond, North Carolina. Farley was traveling eastbound on Summershade Road Farley was transported via EMS to T.J. Sampson Community Hospital, where he was then transferred to Vanderbilt University Medical Center due to injuries sustained during the collision. The collision is being investigated by Deputy Logan Richardson. Richardson was assisted at the scene by Barron Metcalf EMS and the Summershade Volunteer Fire Department. The Warren County Sheriff's Office is searching for a woman who apparently stole a tip jar from a snow cone stand. On Tuesday at approximately 4:30 in the afternoon, an unidentified white woman arrived at Pelican Snowballs of Bowling Green, located at 5844 Scottsville Road. The female got out of a black mid-sized sedan that had front-end damage and proceeded to walk to the front of the store. Video surveillance shows the woman taking the tip jar from the counter and putting it in her purse. She proceeded to get back into her vehicle and then left the property. The vehicle has non-matching hubcaps on the driver's side and appears to have a temporary tag. The video of the incident and a picture of the vehicle have been posted on Pelican Snowball's Facebook page and shared on the Warren County Sheriff's Office Facebook page. If you have any information, the Warren County Sheriff's Office can be reached at 270-842-1633. The Barron County Circuit Court Clerk's Office partnered with the Kentucky Office of Drug Control Policy and Kentucky ASAP of Barron, Hart, and Metcalfe counties is hosting a Casey's Law training tomorrow. The Matthew Casey Wethington Act for Substance Abuse Intervention allows parents, relatives, and friends to petition a court for treatment on behalf of the person who is unable to recognize his or her need for treatment due to their drug impairment. Everyone is welcome to attend the training next Tuesday at the T.J. Sampson Community Center in Glasgow. The event will be held from 4 to 6 p.m. We have 6:16, 47 degrees at WCLU. We'll be right back for more local news.
Nurses take care of everyone, so we're taking care of nurses this week during the Nurses Week celebration at Hatchet Home Medical. Yes, Hatchet is well known for stocking the latest styles with the best selection year-round. But during National Nurses Week, we take it up a notch with 25% off all uniforms, shoes, and accessories. That's right, brands like Cherokee, Landau, Urbane Scrubs, Koi, Prestige, Barco's Grey's Anatomy, Dickies, Dansco, Wonder Wink, along with Nursemates, Heart, Soul, Infinity, even special orders, 25% off. All prints, 30% off. You'll even save on hosiery, lab coats, and jackets, too. We'll have door prizes and refreshments every day. Be sure and check out our clearance racks for up to 80% off. Hatchet Home Medical celebrates Nurses Week all week with the annual spring uniform sale. We thank all nurses at Hatchet Home Medical, Park Avenue Shopping Center, Glasgow. It's going on now through May the 14th at Hatchet Home Medical.
You can now stay up to date with the Glasgow EPB more than ever before. You can now stay informed by following the Glasgow Electric Plant Board online on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at Glasgow EPB, and on our website, glasgowepb.net. From staying updated during an outage to seeing updates about Glasgow EPB products and services, and even learning about ways to save energy and money on your bill, the Glasgow EPB has you covered online on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on glasgowepb.net. The Glasgow EPB, connecting Glasgow to the future.
In more news this hour, the Barron Circuit Court recently returned the following indictments. As a reminder, an indictment is an accusation only. Kelly Wayne Franklin of Glasgow had 3 counts: possession of a controlled substance, first degree, methamphetamine, second offense; possession of a controlled substance, second degree; possession of a controlled substance, third degree, clonazepam; and drug paraphernalia, buying or possessing. Melinda Callie Jean Abner of Edmonton, theft of identity of another without consent; and persistent felony offender, first degree. Adam K. Williams of Glasgow, Mandy Nicole Williams of Glasgow, and James Matthews of Glasgow prohibit commerce counterfeit goods or services over $100, theft by unlawful taking or disposition $500 or more but under $10,000, persistent felony offender, second degree. A Kentucky man could face the death penalty if convicted of murder in the death of a 7-year-old girl. The Glasgow Daily Times reports that a judge denied a motion Friday to exclude death as a possible sentence if Timothy Madden is convicted of killing Gabby Doolin at trial in September. Doolin's body was found in a creek after she disappeared from a youth football game in Allen County in November 2015. Defense attorney Tom Griffiths said Madden also faces possible sentences of 20 to 50 years if convicted. Madden also could be sentenced to life in prison with or without parole. Griffith says he's seeking a resolution to the case that saves Mr. Madden's life. Judge Janet Crocker did grant a motion to have Madden undergo a psychiatric evaluation. An Ohio inmate serving time for a series of burglaries has been charged in the fatal 2017 prison beating of serial killer dubbed the Angel of Death. The indictment announced Friday comes 2 years after Donald Harvey died when he was beaten at the state prison in Toledo. The former nurse's aide was serving multiple life sentences after admitting in 1987 to killing 36 hospital patients in Ohio and Kentucky during the 70s and 80s. A grand jury indicted 44-year-old James Elliott on Friday on charges that include aggravated murder, felonious assault, possession of a deadly weapon, and tampering with physical evidence. Court records don't indicate whether Elliott has an attorney to speak for him. A corrections officer union has said the suspect and Harvey were in a protective custody unit together. Officials have released the name of a toddler who died after being bitten by a dog in Kentucky. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office in Louisville said Friday the child was 2-year-old Isaiah Geeling. He would have turned 3 in July. The coroner's office said the boy died of blunt force injuries shortly after 1 p.m. Thursday at a Louisville hospital. Louisville police said officers responded to a home about an hour earlier and the boy was given CPR and taken to the hospital. The investigation was continuing. Police said Louisville Metro Animal Services would quarantine the dog for 10 days under its policy. The masses crammed into Churchill Downs will be fixated on 3-year-old thoroughbreds running in the Kentucky Derby, but in some sections of the famed track, another type of horse race will have politicians vying for attention and perhaps cash to support their campaigns. Springtime in Kentucky means trees blooming, horses racing, and in most years, politicians jockeying for position ahead of the late May primary election. This year, with the biggest political prize in Kentucky up for grabs, Republican Governor Matt Bevin is seeking a second term, and 3 prominent Democrats are competing for a chance to unseat him. For politicians flocking to the track on Saturday, Derby Day presents opportunities and limitations. Many of the people they greet hail from out of state and won't be voting in Kentucky elections. A legal fight in Kentucky over subpoenas sent to school districts as part of an investigation into teacher sickouts has expanded to include which court should hear the case. State Labor Cabinet attorneys filed a notice of removal to have the case shifted to federal court. Attorney General Andy Beshear's office says it will contest the filings, arguing the case belongs in state court. Beshear recently filed the suit in Franklin County Circuit Court to try to block subpoenas issued by Governor Matt Bevin's administration. It was assigned to a judge who had drawn Bevin's ire for his ruling in a public pension case. In another development, the state education department has given Bevin's administration the names of teachers possibly involved in sickouts after receiving a subpoena from the state. It's 6:22, 47 degrees. For WCLU News, I'm Brennan Crane.
A local radio service of Royce Radio Incorporated. This is WCLU Glasgow.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
President Trump doesn't think it was a good decision to disqualify Maximum Security as the winner of the 145th Kentucky Derby. On Twitter, the president explained the best horse did not win the Kentucky Derby, not even close. The president said only in these days of political correctness should an overturn occur, adding the Derby was a rough and tumble race on a wet and sloppy track, actually a beautiful thing to watch. A video review determined Maximum Security impeded War of Will. Country House was then named the winner. This is the first time the apparent winner of the Kentucky Derby was disqualified after the race. A Kentucky man could face the death penalty if convicted of murder in the death of a 7-year-old girl. The Glasgow Daily Times reports that a judge has denied a motion to exclude death as a possible sentence if Timothy Madden is convicted of killing Gabby Doolin at trial in September. Doolin's body was found in a creek after she disappeared from a youth football game in Allen County in November 2015. Officials are confirming that the body of a missing man has been found in Laurel County. Authorities say the body of Tony Gibson was found off Highway 368. Gibson was first reported missing Thursday. Governor Bevin plays up his close ties with President Trump and boasts about the state's economy in his first TV ad of his re-election campaign. The Republican governor's campaign team says that the ad aired during the Kentucky Derby broadcast on Saturday. Bevin faces 3 opponents for the May 21st primary, including Representative Robert Goforth. The University of Kentucky is celebrating its largest graduating class ever. More than 3,700 students received degrees from the university over the weekend. UK held 4 commencement ceremonies on Friday and yesterday. I'm Josh Everett.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay, make payments directly from your smartphone, and People Pay, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet to learn more at ctbi.com. That's ctbi.com.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Have you checked your credit report lately? Don't fall for any scams. Better Business Bureau's president and CEO, Rihanna Smith Hamblin, has some tips.
Don't fall for emails that offer free credit reports. Look for grammatical and spelling errors, and don't click on any links. It could lead to identity theft. Go straight to the source. annualcreditreport.com to get your free credit report up to 3 times per year. The site will ask for some personal information. For more tips, go to BBB.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
626 at WCLU, we have 47 degrees. In area funeral announcements this hour, Mike Harlow, age 65, of Glasgow, died Saturday at the NHC Healthcare Facility following a brief illness. Mike had worked at Gale and Dale's restaurant for over 20 years. He was an active member of the Temple Hill Lions Club as well as the Barron County Fair and Cattlemen's Association. Mike was a longtime member of the Coral Hill Baptist Church that he loved dearly. Survivors include 6 sisters: Evie Lee Tharp of Glasgow, Yvonne Lewis of Glasgow, Annette Simmons of Glasgow, Charlene Curtis of Bowling Green, Sue Billingsley of Hopkinsville, and Nancy Gale Harbold of Hopkinsville, along with several nieces and nephews. Funeral services for Mike Harlow will be at 1 o'clock tomorrow at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, with burial to follow in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins at 12 noon today and continues tomorrow until time for service at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. In lieu of flowers, the family requested a memorial contribution be made to the Coral Hill Baptist Church Building Fund at 3260 Coral Hill Road in Glasgow. Ruby Nell Anderson, age 82, of Glasgow, died at her daughter's home on Friday. She is survived by a daughter, Sherry Anderson Arrett, and husband Brent, a son, Keith Anderson of Glasgow, 3 grandchildren, Brent Anderson Arrett of Louisville, Amelia Arrett McDonald and husband Connor of Nashville, and Bradley Keith Anderson of Glasgow, 2 nieces, Verna Abston and Paula Bunch. Funeral services for Ruby Nell Anderson will be at 11 o'clock on Thursday morning at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins at 4 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. Geraldine K. Williams, age 84, of Glasgow, died Friday at NHC Healthcare. Born in Pekin, Illinois, the daughter of the late Leo Homer Kirby and Anna Britt Kirby, and wife of the late James R. Jimmy Williams. Mrs. Williams had retired from Sorensen Manufacturing and was a member of the South Green Street Church of Christ. She is survived by 3 children: Teresa Cross of Glasgow, Leslie Wilson of 88, and Karen Pennington of Glasgow. 3 grandchildren: Leslie Honeycutt Oliver, Brent Wilson, and Ashley Pickerel. 1 great-grandson, Alexander James A.J. Oliver. 3 sisters: Geneva Meade of Indiana, Bernice Knudsen of New Mexico, and Lula Bell Riddle of Glasgow, and a former son-in-law, Wendell Honeycutt of Glasgow. Several nieces and nephews also survive. A graveside service for Geraldine K. Williams will be at 3:30 on Tuesday at the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. There will be no visitation. Arrangements under the direction of the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Expressions of sympathy can be made in the form of contributions to the South Green Street Church of Christ or to the American Cancer Society. Edna Earl Hoover, age 92, of Glasgow, died surrounded by her family on Saturday at the NHC Healthcare Center. She was born November the 9th of 1926 to the late Arthur and Roxy Sheridan Williams. Her adoptive parents were the late Charlie and Allie Olivia Dickey. Mrs. Hoover was a former employee of Ben Franklin, Grant's, Lord's, and Walmart, where she retired in 1988. She was a member of the Basil Chapel Baptist Church. Survivors include a daughter, Barbara Yates of Horse Cave, a son, James Dickey Hoover of Glasgow, a granddaughter, Tammy Hoover Pettigo of Caneyville, grandson, Chris Hoover of Glasgow, two sisters, Kitty Mattingly of Lexington and Leela Taylor of Florida, and several nieces and nephews. The funeral service for Edna Earl Hoover will be at 2 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, burial to be in the Union No. 2 Cemetery. Visitation begins Tuesday afternoon at 3 p.m. Margaret Bowles, age 87, of Glasgow, died Sunday at NHC Healthcare Facility. She was born in Marrowbone to the late Lillian Carman. Mrs. Bowles graduated from Hiceville High School and earned her LPN license and worked at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. Margaret and her husband Johnny have been longtime members of the Coral Hill Baptist Church. Survivors include her husband Johnny Bowles of Glasgow, a son Richard Bowles of Glasgow, and two grandsons, Zeb and Zeke Bowles. A graveside service for Margaret Bowles will be at 10 o'clock Wednesday morning at the Happy Valley Memorial Gardens. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home is in charge of those arrangements. Funeral services for Jeannie Norris, age 71, of Burkesville, will be today at 2 o'clock at the Ballou and Stotts Funeral Home in Burkesville, Kentucky. Burial to be in the Dutch Creek Cemetery. Funeral services for Christopher Leroyce Cookie Hunt, age 71, of Cave City, will be today at 2 o'clock at the Bob Hunt Funeral Chapel in Cave City. Burial in the Cave City Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 12 noon. Services for Harry Gerard Sr., 72, of Smiths Grove, will be at 1 o'clock Tuesday at the Hardy & Son Funeral Home's Bowling Green Chapel. Burial to be in the Oak Grove United Baptist Church Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 12 noon. Service for Leonard Joseph Laird, age 66, of Smiths Grove, will be today at 2 o'clock at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Funeral services for Maggie Adams Owsley, age 79, of Glasgow, will be today at 10 o'clock at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
The only place you need to go for all of your automotive needs is Gilead.com. Log on to browse our entire inventory of nearly 400 new and pre-owned vehicles. Take a video test drive, see the Carfax Vehicle History Report, calculate payments, apply for financing, get an instant cash offer for your vehicle from Kelley Blue Book, and check out our sales, parts, and service specials. All this with just a click of a mouse.
This year, Bowling Green comes to the ballpark.
196. That's 270.
Your bedroom this week from Ford's Furniture.
6.
The suit and antique gray fit. Add a beautiful look to your bedroom.
Softball today, Glasgow welcomes Russell County to American Legion Park with the first pitch scheduled for 5:30. Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune on the air with live coverage at 5:25 on WCLU 103.1 FM and 1490 AM and online at playwclu.com. Other softball action this afternoon, Allen County Scottsville travels to South Warren. Monroe County hosts Taylor County. Caverna visits Bardstown. Bethlehem. Hart County entertains Clinton County. And Metcalfe County is at home against Greene County. In baseball today, Allen County Scottsville welcomes Metcalfe County, and Hart County plays at Thomas Nelson. And that's local sports.
Hardee's used to think bowls were useless dishware. Then we created the new Loaded Hash Round Bowl. Crispy potatoes, fluffy eggs, sausage gravy, melted cheddar, and crumbled bacon. Now part of our 2 for $4 mix and match deal. No longer are bowls just college football games you can nap to. Now they're loaded with Hardee's delicious breakfast favorites and in our 2 for $4 mix and match. Try a bowl today. They're actually really useful. Hardee's, because it tastes better.
Available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating restaurants. Tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
Hi, I'm Janelle Pettigo. I have been with South Central Bank for 13 years. From day one, I realized our customers are the best. We are very fortunate to have each and every one of them. They have made us what we are today. Here at South Central Bank, we make commercial loans, agricultural loans, mortgage home loans, personal loans, and automobile loans. Our goal is to treat our customers great as they deserve the best. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Pretty good looking weather now as we kick off the new work week. Looking at temperatures starting to modify back into the middle 80s by midweek, and then rain back by Thursday, Friday. Little patchy fog around this morning. That fog could be thick in spots, and then we're clear above that. So sunshine's going to take us through late morning into the afternoon, 78. Tonight, some clouds around 52. Tomorrow, mix of clouds and sunshine, warmer, 82. Wednesday, considerably cloudy with highs in the middle 80s. And then we'll see some rain roll in with a few thunderstorms on Thursday, mid-80s, and some morning thunderstorms Friday with highs cooling off into the upper 60s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Let's look at the current conditions. First of all, let me tell you, over the weekend, you add up the Friday and the Saturday and just a pinch of the Sunday, and we had 79 hundredths of an inch of rain over the weekend, 0.79. Humidity is at 97% this morning. Winds are blowing out of the southwest about a mile an hour, and 30 inches even is the barometric pressure. We've had some visibility issues at the Glasgow airport. I'm checking to see what the visibility is this last hour because I haven't checked it in about an hour. But the fog has been burning off pretty regular, so I feel like that we are going to get that visibility up to about a couple of miles here in just a little bit. We're at 46 degrees this morning at WCLU. This weather brought to you by your friends at South Central Bank. Good morning. It's 6:36.
Local folks, local food, local crafts, and local music. It's every Saturday when your hometown comes together to celebrate all of its bounty. It's Bounty of the Barons Farmers Market, a Kentucky proud event on the square in downtown Glasgow every Saturday now through the end of October. And the best part of Bounty of the Barons is that it's a local producers-only farmers market, which means that you won't find anything like it anywhere else. We are Kentucky proud, featuring local produce, fresh-cut flowers, beef, pork, lamb, chicken, cheese, honey, soaps, lotions, and a whole lot more. Enjoy socializing with hometown folks while you browse local vendors at the Bounty of the Barons, presented by Sustainable Glasgow and a Kentucky Proud event. Come out and visit us or check us out online at bountyofthebarons.com. Bounty of the Barons, every Saturday on the square in Glasgow, where we are Kentucky Proud.
46 degrees at WCLU, 6:37. Are you ready for something big to happen? Maybe a big birthday party, maybe a big get-together, maybe a big end-of-school bash, or just a place to go and enjoy time with the family and let somebody else worry about the cleanup and the mess and worry about how much fun that can be had. That defines Ralphie's Fun Center, a fun place indeed. And they sponsored the birthdays here at WCLU, so let me reach over here and tell you that we know that Becky Hatcher, Becky is turning 66 today, we understand. We have that on authority of Wayne and Becca this morning. Melanie Shrout, I better tell you something. Melanie Shrout, let me say it one more time. Melanie Shrout has a birthday today. Hunter Caldwell celebrates. Brenda Simmons. Michaela Humphrey Glass for the birthday. Jonna Thomas. Judy Stasic is celebrating. I believe that's what we have in the way of birthdays today. I don't think we have any anniversaries as of yet, but we'll keep looking at the information coming at us from a lot of different directions. Today we are patting on the back by special request Janet Dilly. Now, Janet had a birthday yesterday. Somebody requested her to be good as gold on her birthday, and this is about as close as we can get. So if you happen to see Janet Dilly around town today, we would love it if you would pat her on the back and tell her she's good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas. 6:39. We're going to be doing some archiving here, coming right back, so you be sure and join us for that. If you're going
a beautiful look to your bedroom this week from Ford's Furniture. The suit in an antique gray finish features a nightstand, 5-drawer chest, triple dresser and mirror, and centers around this queen bed on sale for only $555 this week at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green and Glasgow.
Did you know Ford's Furniture offers Power Assist lift chairs? We have a great selection available in a variety of colors and fabrics from petite to large for a perfect fit. And Ford's offers a hassle-free shopping experience and timely full-service delivery and setup from Ford's Furniture.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, Outpatient Services Center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care Monday through Friday with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Archives to tell you about the places that we have been. That's right, the archives, 100 years worth of history. We're going to share it and some really interesting things to look at in the archives today. Noted historian Sam Terry is going to join me for the color commentary after we hear this word from the folks at Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
All right, Sam Terry, how are you doing on this Monday morning, sir?
Doing very well. Henry, how are you today?
I'm doing real good. I'm just enjoying the beauty of the day, and we got that rain out of here, almost 8/10 of an inch of rain. A little fog out there today, but we're going to resume the normal part of spring around here. Beautiful Derby day, little damp track up there, a little sloppy track, but still the foliage looked good, didn't it? Wasn't anything sloppy about that, was it?
Not at all. Everything looks good this time of year.
Yes, it does. Let's do 100 years worth of history, okay? I like the way this story is written from 1919, Sam. This was in the Glasgow Times, and it says that Mrs. C.C. Howard spent the weekend in Louisville, the guest of Dr. Howard. The doctor expects to be discharged within the next few days. He will locate in Glasgow, much to the delight of his hosts of friends. So that was 1919. Dr. Howard wrapping up his military service, I believe. And I think his wife went up to visit him, but she's listed in the paper as a guest. That's just the way of phrasing it, I guess, isn't it?
Well, it was. Well, he was a temporary resident of Louisville.
That's right.
Of course, in last month's archives, there was a mention that he and some other gentlemen from Barron County had arrived in New York, and so apparently the locals were following the whereabouts of Dr. Howard.
That's right.
Pretty closely.
And he had a guest, too, his wife, from 1919 up in Louisville, kind of inching his way back home, I guess. 1929, this is a very fascinating story here. I want you to follow along. This is a real story. It's in the Glasgow Republican, and it reads as follows. We are informed that Miss Adams, who is in the Barron County Jail for some offense, has developed a case of smallpox. Now, if you don't want to be quarantined in the jail with a case of smallpox, be good. How many different ways could you file a suit on that story, Sam, in today's atmosphere?
It would be interesting to see, wouldn't it?
That's right. It's a HIPAA violation that you publish what disease I have. and you're saying I'm in jail, but you're not very specific about what for. And you're using it as a public service announcement to say that if you don't want to come to jail and get the smallpox, be good. And this poor Miss Adams here, meanwhile, is the poster child for I don't know what in 1929, Sam. It's pretty far from equality, wouldn't you think?
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, there's some regulars up there, sort of the Otises of the world. Were in there every day, and they don't get any publicity of that nature for sure. Just stay out of jail so you don't get the smallpox from this poor lady, Miss Adams. All right, 1939. Let's move forward here. The quickest trade on record. Follow along with this deal right here. A lot of deals have been made this way, but it's we have a way of recording some of the wonderful parts of our history. The local newspapers have always done a good job with that. And the headline reads here: probably the quickest deal for its size was consummated in Glasgow Tuesday. Mr. E.R. Parrott sold his restaurant and his pool room on Washington Street to Mr. Orland Froge. Mr. Froge asked Mr. Parrott what he would take for the business, and he named a price. Mr. Froge made an offer, and Parrott accepted it. Less than 2 minutes were consumed when the deal was made. When asked what he would engage in, Mr. Parrott intimated that he was going to go fishing, saying he was considerably behind in his fishing. He says for 20 years he's worked an average of 18 hours a day, and that includes Sundays. We really think Mr. Parrott is entitled to a few days of rest, and that includes at least 2 fishing trips. That's what the writer here in the Glasgow Republican said about this. 20 years, 18 hours a day, running the pool room. That's a grueling...
The rest of that story.
What now?
I was going to say, the rest of that story is that Mr. Parrott was fondly known as Polly, and as in Polly Parrott.
Gotcha. I didn't know that.
He only was in retirement for maybe a couple of years before he moved to Horse Cave, and in 1941 opened an establishment over there that was quite popular, and had a daughter, Marita, and a son named Woodrow, and another one named Paul, and eventually wound up in Greensburg. But popular fella, and created a lot of memories with his establishments in Glasgow and Horse Cave.
Well, this fellow wasn't anywhere near retiring, was he?
Not at all.
Maybe he got a little fishing trip in between, but it sounds to me like he was just getting started good when he sold out over here to Mr. Froge in 1939. Fascinating. But, you got to make a living, and some folks are better by being active. And obviously he was, for sure. Sam, it was 1949 this day. The several enlist in the Army, and they're sent to Fort Knox. Recent enlistments from the U.S. Army and Air Force recruiting offices here in Glasgow are Thomas H. Hayes, Delma L. Barber, Dallas Smith, and Ray Alexander. Now, Hayes was sent to the Far East Command, while Barber, Smith, and Alexander were sent to Fort Knox. 4 other men are on the waiting list at the station. I don't know where the Far East Command was, but it sounds pretty far from Fort Knox, don't you think?
It does have a far-sounding sound to it, doesn't it?
Those lucky dogs, they have to stay in Fort Knox. I'm over here in the Far East. But getting started and serving the country. Big story in 1949. 1959, we have a singing convention at Coral Hill. The Barron County Singing Convention is going to be held the second Sunday afternoon on May the 10th at the Coral Hill Baptist Church. The Southern Harmony Boys of Bowling Green are going to be the guest singers, and other singers are invited. I'm sure that was a wonderful event there in 1959 at Coral Hill Baptist Church. Let's have a singing convention. And I'm sure it was a nice event. 1969, the news is that Austin Tracy's girls and high school's boys were the winners in the Barron County Track and Field Meet. Congratulations on the Austin Tracy ladies and the high school boys winning the blue ribbons at the Barron County Track and Field Meet. 1969. 1979, of course, this story was probably a day or two late by the time we got to it. But there was an advertisement this day in 1979 in the Glasgow Daily Times for St. Charles Kitchen. Derby Lunchbox is this week's special. So come by to St. Charles Kitchen and try the Derby Lunchbox. I don't know what would be in it there, Sam, but you know, coming from St. Charles Kitchen, it would be delicious.
It would be wonderful, and would be great. Excuse me, for lunch today. I bet it probably had some thin sliced baked country ham and maybe some Benedictine in some form, and all the great things that we like in Kentucky this time of year.
Well, it's probably very creative, and you know, it's every morsel coming from St. Charles was always delicious, and it's a pretty enjoyable place to go and just set a spell and eat for sure at St. Charles Kitchen. This week in 1979, though, come and enjoy the Derby Lunchbox. 1989, ribbon cuttings were being held this day. There was one held down at Four Seasons Country Inn on 31 East South, and another one held at the Maternity Shop at 701.5 East Main Street near the ice plant. It's just always good to have ribbon cuttings to see that the community is growing and the economy is growing, and that people were doing it, you know, in several different ways. We have a maternity shop as well as this Four Seasons Country Inn, which has had a really nice run down there on the south side of town and continues to do so, Sam. 1999, big news right here, probably the biggest news in the archive today. It was the news that there's going to be renovation of the former Kentucky Pants Factory. You know what for? To house the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. The renovation was continuing this day in 1999. You know, folks were scratching their heads saying, what are they going to do with that down there, old Pants Factory? But I think we all can say it was an exercise that has paid off big dividends in our community, Sam.
It certainly has, and at the time, people were also scratching their heads, saying, "What on earth will they do with a 30,000 square foot building?" And it's filled up.
It is.
They need some more space now.
And it's something to brag about, and it's something to, you know, when you have people coming to town visiting. What are we going to do? Well, here's one place we ought to go to: the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. It's something to be proud of, and something that continues to grow. And it doesn't grow on its own. There's a lot of good folks involved in that too, Sam. I know that many of them are your friends and my friends, and it's just amazing how it all works down there at the Cultural Center. And let's see, according to my date book right here, that wraps up 2009. So that's about where we are today.
Well, no, Henry, we skipped 2009. That was...
We did?
1999, yes.
Well, hold on here. I'm sorry. I'm looking at... Yes, I'm exactly right. I was looking at the clock, which has nothing to do with 2009. This day in 2009, Glasgow High School hosts the school's annual art show. The Best in Show was awarded to Taylor Staples, Sam. Now... what about the artwork at the Glasgow High School in 2009? I'm not familiar with the work of Taylor Staples, but I'm sure that it was excellent, where she won the Best in Show at that art show.
Certainly. I believe they had the art show just a few days ago.
Yes.
And that's always a big event and very popular. And it's nice to always showcase the work of our young people and their many talents that they have developed in their high school years.
Sure. And it's good to note the fact that it continues, and it has been well attended all of these years as well. Now, let me start over to try to end, all right? Sorry about that. I was I guess I was distracted, Sam. Sometimes that happens, you know. Worried about things, moving forward. I'm glad that I have you there to keep this train on the track, sir.
Well, we will try.
And we'll resume this conversation tomorrow when we look at another 100 years worth of history, courtesy of the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center, archivists like Gail Berry and Ray Green and others. And it's just going to be an enjoyable week. I can tell you, just the sneaking that I've done, we have a lot of great surprises coming up here, and a lot of great memories, too, in the archives. Thank you, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, Sam Terry, and we're here on the air on behalf of Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
The date is April 26, 2019 for Wendy's and VMLY&R. Say 30-second spot. ISKI code YWD015660000. Spot titled Updated We Got You Revision 50 Cent Frosty. Stereo mix with Tupac.
A Wendy's Frosty is something special, and for a limited time, a Frosty is just 50 cents. An American classic for a classic price. It's not quite a milkshake, not quite an ice cream cone. It's definitely chocolate or vanilla. That choice is on you. Use a spoon or a French fry. Anything goes. A Frosty makes summer special. Yep, there's nothing quite like a Frosty. And at Wendy's, we got you with a Frosty for 50 cents. Get yours before this deal melts away.
Small Frosty only at participating Wendy's for a limited time. Price and participation may vary in Alaska and Hawaii.
Congratulations. Are you excited about the new job?
Yes, but I don't know what to do with my 401k.
That's a big decision. As a Modern Woodman financial representative, I can explain your options and help you to make the best choice. I'm Anthony Mike. Call me today at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
Good morning from WCLU. It's 5 minutes before 7 o'clock and 46 degrees. I need to jump over here and, well, first of all, I need to add Allie Doan Carver to the birthday list today. Allie Doan Carver is having a birthday. I want to be sure to get her on there. I told you about that. Let me tell you about a training class held tomorrow from 4 until 6 to learn about the Matthew Casey Wethington Act for Substance Abuse Intervention. The law will allow parents, relatives, and friends to petition the court for treatment on behalf of the person who was unable to recognize his or her need for treatment due to their impairment. The class is going to be held at the TJ Pavilion Community Center. You can call Chrissy Cole Fields to ask more about that today. That is 651-3863. Again, that is the Matthew Casey Wethington Act for Substance Abuse Intervention. And that's coming up tomorrow from 4 until 6 p.m. Let's see, what else do we have coming up right here? We have the 21st Century programs at Metcalfe County Schools bringing you two productions. First of all, the Addams Family is going to be this Thursday and Friday and Saturday at 6 p.m. each night. The musical comedy features the familiar Creepy and Kooky family as they adapt to change. And then, of course, Metcalfe County Middle School presents the Big Bad Musical, in which the audience must decide the outcome of the biggest trial ever in the fairy tale world against the notorious Big Bad Wolf. That's on May 13th, 14th, and 15th at 6 p.m. each of those evenings. Make this the year that you transition into spring fully prepared. When it comes to making your home and property look its best to have Mammoth Cave Transplants at your side. Come to Mammoth Cave Transplants and see greenhouse after greenhouse full of bedding plants, hanging plants, trees, shrubs, all of the lavish colors and full foliage plants ready to beautify the world around you. Have you always wanted to get a good start to your garden? Well, Janet Dennison and her staff enjoy helping people pick out the right gardening plants, supplies, and materials to make your green thumb the best yet. Mammoth Cave Transplants is easy to get to. We're at 5394 Brownsville Road, Highway 259 between Pig and Rhodey. You'll be impressed with the sprawling complex where spring gardening, landscaping, and beautification is well underway. Call us today at 270-597-2533. We are Kentucky proud and we'll be celebrating 25 years in business. We keep Kentucky growing.
You find yourself thinking about the future? Perhaps you are considering downsizing or purchasing your first home. Or maybe your family is growing and you need a bigger home. I'm Gay Parker, mortgage originator with Citizens First Bank. With my 40 years of experience helping homeowners in South Central Kentucky, I can find the best mortgage product for you, regardless of your stage of life. Stop in our Glasgow branch or apply online at citizensfirstbank.com. Citizens First, the best choice for the best mortgage loans.
MLS number 419873. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All in subject to credit approval.
Hi, welcome to this Subway ad for our $5.99 fresh value meal. How would you like it?
I'll take a California Surfer.
Let's hit the beach.
Dude, I get totally stoked to nab a Subway fresh value meal. I grab one of 4 righteous 6-inch subs, like spicy Italian or my fave, meatball marinara, with a bag of chips and a 21-ounce drink, just $5.99. That's so gnarly. Subway, make it what you want, brah.
Fresh value meals are prepared in front of you. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras, plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
6:59 at WCLU as we are rolling out the rack here this morning. I was going to tell you, a bunch of folks have been checking in here on Facebook Live, but I've lost my list of folks. Hold on, I'll find it here in a second because I want to be sure and thank everybody for tuning in. We always enjoy hearing from people. It's a nice little place where we get together. Wait a minute, I don't want to buy and sell something. Hold on. Anyway, I'll find that in a minute and tell you about some of the fine folks who are tuned in this morning. On Facebook Live, we're going to come back. We got to play trivia, you know. We always enjoy playing trivia here, so put that thinking cap on, and we'll get that going, too. Every year, Glasgow Building Supply provides quality driveway sealer to Southern Kentucky homeowners at the best price, and the pallets of premier Blackjack brand sealer have arrived at Glasgow Building Supply. Get a jump on sealing now. Each bucket is coal tar free and covers up to 350 square feet. Easy to use for resealing driveways and parking lots. Blackjack Driveway Sealer. Talk to the pros today at Glasgow Building Supply, 31E Bypass. They've got what you need in stock now.
Come check out
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
The only place you need to go for all of your automotive needs is Gilead.com. Log on to browse our entire inventory of nearly 400 new and pre-owned vehicles. Take a video test drive, see the Carfax Vehicle History Report, calculate payments, apply for financing, get an instant cash offer for your vehicle from Kelley Blue Book, and check out our sales, parts, and service specials. All this with just a click of a mouse.
This year, Bowling Green comes to the ballpark.
Add a beautiful look to your bedroom this week from Ford's Furniture. The suit in an antique gray finish features a nightstand, 5-drawer chest, triple dresser and mirror, and centers around this queen bed on sale for only $555 this week at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green and Glasgow.
Did you know Ford's Furniture offers power assist lift chairs? We have a great selection available in a variety of colors and fabrics from petite to large for a perfect fit. And Ford's offers a hassle-free shopping experience and timely full-service delivery and setup from Ford's Furniture.
To 80% off. Hatchet Home Medical celebrates Nurses Week all week with the annual spring uniform sale. We thank all nurses at Hatchet Home Medical, Park Avenue Shopping Center, Glasgow. It's going on now through May the 14th at Hatchet Home Medical. All right, let's get forward here and talk about trivia today. We've got a tough trivia question and a lot of tough trivia players out there. So let's go over the rules and get ready to play. Effective May 1st, 2019, the following rules apply to all contests conducted by Royce Radio Incorporated. Only one person can win a prize or pick up a prize within a 30-day period. For whatever reason, if a winner is incapable of picking up the prize, either at the sponsor's location or at Royce Radio Incorporated, prior arrangements must be made and all other contest rules must be adhered to. Birthday club, persons of the day, and all on-air contest prizes must be picked up by the winner or the honoree. IDs may be required. All coupons and tickets not picked up within 30 days of winning are void. No exceptions can be made. Dairy Queen winners drawn each day should call WCLU directly at 270-651-9149 for specific instructions on how to pick up your cake. This way everybody wins. And thanks for listening to WCLU. Complete rules are posted at WCLUradio.com/rules.
Listen to the delicious crunch of Little Caesars' new extra most bestest hot and ready thin crust pepperoni pizza for just $6. Hot and ready every day between 4 and 8 p.m. Just walk in and pick up a large, crispy thin crust pizza with the most cheese and pepperoni at the nation's best price of only $6. Little Caesars thin crust pepperoni pizza. One bite and you'll be back for more.
Pizza. Top 4 national pizza chains. Extra most bestest thin crust pepperoni pizza versus large round one topping thin crust pepperoni pizza. Everyday standard menu prices at participating locations plus tax.
All right, 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Can you answer this trivia question? If you can, and you just come in right here, I just finally got my Facebook fixed where I can tell you we got, my goodness, look here. Anthony Thomas is tuned in, Terry Pruitt, Jeffrey Boggs, we got Eddie Shirley, also Joseph Garst, Wayne Hatcher is tuned in. Happy birthday to my wife. We took care of Miss Becca a little, or Miss, that's right, it was Miss Becky just a little bit while ago there. Wayne. Also, we got, let's see, Kay Davis and Eva Yates and Judy Lyons and Sharon Peterson, Peggy Tuck Edwards, our buddy Dale Copus tuned in on Facebook Live. We always enjoy catching up with folks that way. Now, 651-9149 or 800-956-1023 if you can answer this question. Got a pizza waiting for you. What's the significance of those 4,048 gold stars on the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C.? That is correct. You go to Washington, D.C., you'll see a beautiful memorial to World War II. And on that memorial, there's 4,048 gold stars on that. Hello, Trivia.
Yeah, it's 5 each, one of the ones killed in the wars.
No, it's not right. Thanks for calling. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. What is the significance of the 4,048 gold stars? If you go to Washington, D.C., you will see the beautiful memorial. Hello, Trivia. Trivia. All right, let me try this. Trivia. Hello, are you there?
Yes.
You got an answer for me?
It's for the 400,000 who were killed?
Well, I need something more specific than that, okay?
Okay.
Keep working on it. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. What is the significance of those 4,048 gold stars on the World War II Memorial? Trivia.
Pearl Harbor victims?
No, it's not right. Trivia.
Do you have, yes, each one represents 100 American military deaths.
That is correct. And who is it speaking?
Anthony Thomas.
Anthony, how you doing?
I'm good. You?
I'm doing real good. Have you ever been to that monument?
I went to Washington for the Promise Keepers March back in like 1990.
Yeah.
I was real young, but no, I never did. I never did go by there and see that.
Well, it's something to see. You know, there's 4,048 gold stars, and that each star represents 100 American service personnel who either were killed or who remain missing. You look at that. That 4,048 is a bunch of stars, Anthony.
Yes, it is.
But when it hits you that each star stands for 100 lives,
right?
It really, and somebody gave the 400,000 deaths or missing in action just a few minutes ago. That is correct, but really the significance of the impact, I'm going to say, Anthony, of those stars is the fact that each little star stands for 100 American service personnel.
Right. Now, it's 400,000 people.
400,000 people is absolutely correct, which is a huge number. And, of course, what's interesting to me, Anthony, when we have to be reminded of this, I guess, is that 400,000, that is by far the second most number of Americans lost in a war. And you know what the number one is, don't you? The Civil War. 650,000 lives lost during the Civil War. Of course, it's easy to see both sides were American. And but that's a bunch of people. Just something to think about this morning here on Monday morning, Anthony. All you got to do is think about that pizza out there at Little Caesars coming your way, okay?
I appreciate it.
Okay, see you, Anthony. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Anthony Thomas, that's right. 4,048 stars made out of gold on the World War II monument up in Washington, D.C., and each little star stands for 100 American lives. Something to think about. We'll play tomorrow. Who knows where we'll go? And I hope you'll go with us. And thanks to Little Caesars.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis.
The administration has sent a U.S. military strike group to the Middle East after signs, according to the Associated Press, Iran has been planning a possible attack on American forces already in the region. CBS News Pentagon correspondent David Martin.
U.S. interests could be anything from an American ship in the Persian Gulf to an American embassy to American servicemen. So it's unclear exactly what the target of these suspected attacks is.
CBS News military consultant and retired Army Major Mike Lyons.
It's just classic gunboat diplomacy by sending the Navy and more Air Force bombers in order to project power to try to influence and impart our will over the Iranian government.
National Security Advisor John Bolton says the move sends a, quote, clear and unmistakable message to the Iranian regime. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Royce Radio Family. WCLU, 1490 Glasgow. WCLU FM, 102.3 Munfordville, Glasgow. And W276DO, 103.1 Glasgow.
Right now, you can enjoy a small Frosty at Wendy's for only 50 cents. Chocolate or vanilla, either way, it's just 50 cents. Hurry into Wendy's and treat yourself to one today at a participating Wendy's for a limited time.
Have you been putting off buying a new vehicle? Well, Bailey Gibson in Glasgow says the wait is over. Just announced, and for a limited time, GM is extending supplier pricing to every customer, plus cash allowance on all 2018 and 2019 Buicks and GMC cars and SUVs in stock. What's the bottom line? Pick out your next Buick, GMC, or SUV from the huge in-stock inventory at Bailey Gibson, and you'll get up to 16% off MSRP on all cars and SUVs in stock. Couldn't get any simpler. Don't miss out. Come to Bailey Gibson Buick GMC, 306 Happy Valley Road, Glasgow.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
Those are words a parent never wants to hear, but don't worry. I'm here to help when you do. This is nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson with Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. Cold and flu season can be scary and intimidating unless you have a plan. Be sure to wash your hands, drink water, eat well, and get plenty of rest. But when that doesn't work, or when your kid picks up the latest bug tearing through their class, Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic is here to help. We offer same-day appointments for sick visits, and we make sure that we are up to date on the latest treatments to guide you through whatever hits you or your family. Many times, quick response can head off the worst of the symptoms, so put Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic on your speed dial and let us get you feeling better faster. 270-629-6722. Remember our new location right across from TJ Sampson Hospital at 1214B North Race Street. Together, we can keep you on the path to good health.
Call my mama. She will make you all better. 270-629-6722.
Depend on WCLU local news. Online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
For WCLU News, I'm Brennan Crane reporting. On Thursday at approximately 8:25 p.m., the Metcalfe County Sheriff's Office responded to an assault complaint on Randolph-Summershade Road in the Summershade community. Upon further investigation, it was determined that Daniel Billingsley, 35, and James Coffey, 51, both of Summershade, had been involved in a physical altercation at the residence. Coffey was transported via EMS to TJ Sampson Community Hospital due to injuries and trauma to his head. Coffey was later transferred to TriStar Skyline Medical Center in Nashville due to extent of his injuries sustained from the altercation. On Friday at approximately 12:25 p.m., Daniel Billingsley was arrested for assault, second degree, as a result of the investigation. Billingsley was then lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. The investigation was led by Deputy Logan Richardson of the Metcalfe County Sheriff's Office. On Friday at approximately 6:02 in the morning, the Metcalfe County Sheriff's Office responded to an injury collision on Summershade Road near the community of Willow Shade. Upon investigating the collision, it was determined that Devin Birdwell, 28 of Columbia, Kentucky, was operating a 1993 Ford Ranger. traveling west on Summershade Road when his rear passenger side wheel separated from the vehicle. After separating from the vehicle, the wheel struck the windshield of an oncoming 2015 Chevrolet Silverado pickup truck. The Silverado was operated by Eric Farley, 54, of Almond, North Carolina. Farley was traveling eastbound on Summershade Road. Farley was transported via EMS to T.J. Sampson Community Hospital, where he was transferred to Vanderbilt University Medical Center due to injuries sustained during the collision. The collision is being investigated by Deputy Logan Richardson. The Barron Circuit Court recently returned the following indictments. As a reminder, an indictment is an accusation only. Kelly Wayne Franklin of Glasgow, possession of a controlled substance, first degree, methamphetamine, second offense, possession of a controlled substance, second degree, possession of a controlled substance, third degree, clonazepam, and drug paraphernalia buying or possessing. Melinda Callie Jean Abner of Edmonton, theft of identity of another without consent, and persistent felony offender, first degree. Adam K. Williams of Glasgow, prohibiting commerce, counterfeit goods, services over $100, and theft by unlawful taking or disposition $500 or more, but under $10,000. Mandy Nicole Williams of Glasgow, prohibit commerce, counterfeit goods or services over $100, and theft by unlawful taking or disposition $500 or more, but under $10,000. And James L. Matthews of Glasgow, prohibit commerce, counterfeit goods or services over $100, theft by unlawful taking or disposition $500 or more, but under $10,000, and persistent felony offender, second degree. An indictment is an accusation only. Innocence or guilt can only be determined in a court of law. The Warren County Sheriff's Office is searching for a woman who apparently stole a tip jar from a snow cone stand. On Tuesday at approximately 4:30 in the afternoon, an unidentified white woman arrived at Pelican Snowballs of Bowling Green, located at 5844 Scottsville Road. The female got out of a black mid-sized sedan that had front-end damage and proceeded to walk to the front of the store. Video surveillance shows the woman taking the tip jar from the counter and putting it in her purse. She proceeded to get back into her vehicle and then left the property. The vehicle has non-matching hubcaps on the driver's side and appears to have a temporary tag. The video of the incident and a picture of the vehicle has been posted on Pelican Snowballs' Facebook page and shared on the Warren County Sheriff's Office Facebook page. If you have any information, the Warren County Sheriff's Office can be reached at 270-842-1633. The Barron County Circuit Court Clerk's Office partnered with the Kentucky Office of Drug Control Policy and the Kentucky ASAP of Barron, Hart, and Metcalfe counties is hosting a Casey's Law training on May 7th. The Matthew Casey Wethington Act for Substance Abuse Intervention allows parents, relatives, and friends to petition a court for treatment on behalf of the person who is unable to recognize his or her need for treatment due to their drug impairment. Everyone is welcome to attend the training next Tuesday at the T.J. Sampson Community Center in Glasgow. The event will be held from 4 to 6 p.m. It's 7:17, 46 degrees at WCLU. We'll be right back for more local news.
Spend your weekday afternoons learning the common sense way to handle your money. The Dave Ramsey Show on WCLU from 1 to 4 helps you deal with money management, debt freedom, and financial peace. Brought to you locally by Lock Shield Partners, creating a map for your future. What does it mean to listen? At Time Savers, we believe listening means respecting a client's wishes, affording them dignity in making decisions, allowing them to acknowledge they are uncertain or skeptical of what the future may hold. At Time Savers, we are here to listen, to understand your personal care and home help needs, and to help you achieve the quality of life that you want, either for yourself or your loved ones. Whether you want to remain in your home as long as possible, or you need a little extra help in assisted living or memory care, Time Savers will listen and come up with the best solution for you. Call us at 270-792-5703 or go to mytimesaversky.com. That's 270-792-5703 or mytimesaversky.com. We listen, we understand, and we help.
Hardee's used to think bowls were useless dishware. Then we created the new Loaded Hash Round Bowl. Crispy potatoes, fluffy eggs, sausage gravy, melted cheddar, and crumbled bacon. Now part of our 2 for $4 mix and match deal. No longer are bowls just college football games you can nap to. Now they're loaded with Hardee's delicious breakfast favorites and in our 2 for $4 mix and match. Try a bowl today. They're actually really useful. Hardee's, because it tastes better.
Available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating restaurants. Tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
In more news this hour, another Scotty athlete has signed to play collegiate soccer. Elias Benenguez signed to play soccer with Berea College on Friday at Glasgow High School. According to words from Berea's soccer coach Ruben Rodriguez, Benenguez, quote, checked all the boxes on his campus visit. Benenguez was team captain this past season, as well as being the top defensive player. According to Glasgow High School's athletic director Craig Cassidy, Benenguez led the team to 5 district tournaments before making the 15th district all-tournament team. Coach Rodriguez also mentioned Benenguez is the first Berea soccer player recruited from this area. Scotty coach Ken Mahong told the audience the extensive work Benenguez has put in to attain his status, saying Benenguez even forfeited working a job to help his family during the season. To Elias, going in and leading is what he credits as his success point.
I'm an outspoken person. I like to take charge of things, and I like having things my way, and I think just being that voice out there just helps me lead them.
Right. His mother, father, and sister-in-law were all present. According to an emotional Hugo Velasquez, Elias' father, the signing is just the beginning.
Very, very proud of him, because all I can say is I never imagined he's going to be to this point. So a few years ago he was a baby, now I can see him.
According to Benenguez, the symbolism of a signing is a testament to men.
Just because you didn't start doing something your entire life doesn't mean you can't be good at it. And as long as you have the right mindset, then you'll be able to achieve whatever you want.
Benenguez plans to major in accounting and become a CPA before moving on to become a CFO. Good luck to Elias as he plays soccer in the fall at Berea College. An Ohio inmate serving time for a series of burglaries has been charged in the fatal 2017 prison beating of a serial killer dubbed the Angel of Death. The indictment announced Friday comes 2 years after Donald Harvey died when he was beaten at the state prison in Toledo. The former nurse's aide was serving multiple life sentences after admitting in 1987 to killing 36 hospital patients in Ohio and Kentucky during the 70s and 80s. A grand jury indicted 44-year-old James Elliott on Friday on charges that include aggravated murder, felonious assault, possession of a deadly weapon, and tampering with evidence. Court records don't indicate whether Elliott has an attorney to speak for him. A corrections officer union has said the suspect and Harvey were in a protective custody unit together. Officials have released the name of a toddler who died after being bitten by a dog in Kentucky. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office in Louisville said Friday the child was 2-year-old Isaiah Geeling. He would have turned 3 in July. The Coroner's Office said the boy died of blunt force injuries shortly after 1 p.m. Thursday at a Louisville hospital. Louisville police said officers responded to a home about an hour earlier, and the boy was given CPR and taken to the hospital. The investigation was continuing. Police said Louisville Metro Animal Services would quarantine the dog for 10 days under its policy. A legal fight in Kentucky over subpoenas sent to school districts as part of an investigation into Kentucky teacher sick-outs has expanded to include which court should hear the case. State Labor Cabinet attorneys filed a notice of removal to have the case shifted to federal court. Attorney General Andy Beshear's office says it will contest the filing, arguing the case belongs in a state court. Beshear recently filed a suit in Franklin County Circuit Court to try to block the subpoenas issued by Governor Matt Bevin's administration. It was assigned to a judge who has drawn Bevin's ire for his ruling in a public pension case. In another development, the state education department has given Bevin's administration the names of teachers possibly involved in sick-outs after receiving a subpoena from the state. Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin plays up his close ties with President Donald Trump and boasts about the state's economy in his first TV ad of his re-election campaign. The Republican governor's campaign team said Friday the ad will air during the Kentucky Derby. Bevin narrates the commercial and talks about his humble roots. He says after decades of backward policies, Kentucky's finally working our way up too. He has 3 opponents for the May 21st primary, including State Representative Robert Goforth. It's 7:23, 46 degrees. I'm Brennan Crane for WCLU News.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
People are still talking about how Longshot Country House won the 145th Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs after a review disqualified maximum security. Kentucky Chief Steward Barbara Borden says the disqualification was the right call.
Those horses were all affected, we thought, by the interference. Therefore, we unanimously determined to disqualify number 7.
Kentucky Derby winner Country House's owner Bill Mott had mixed emotions after the controversial victory on Saturday.
It's bittersweet. I'd be lying if I said it was any different.
An objection was placed after Maximum Security initially won the historic race on Saturday. A video review determined Maximum Security impeded War of Will. This is the first time the apparent winner of the Kentucky Derby was disqualified after the race for a foul. A Louisville man is charged with murder after allegedly punching his infant son in the head. Investigators say Anthony Trice was angry about losing a video game when he punched the child who died at Norton Children's Hospital yesterday. Police say Trice then picked up the 1-month-old and carried him to the kitchen, where he dropped the baby before making him a bottle. They say Trice claimed he propped the baby up in a seated position before he realized the baby was having trouble and called 911. A legal fight over subpoenas sent to Kentucky school districts as part of an investigation into teacher sickouts has expanded to include which court should hear the case. State Labor Cabinet attorneys have filed a notice of removal to have the case shifted to federal court. Attorney General Andy Beshear's office says it will contest the filing, arguing the case belongs in state court. Beshear recently filed the suit in Franklin County Circuit Court to try to block the subpoenas issued by Governor Matt Bevin's administration. It was assigned to a judge who has drawn Bevin's ire for ruling in a public pension case. The University of Kentucky is celebrating its largest graduating class ever, with more than 3,700 students receiving degrees from the university over the weekend. I'm Josh Everett.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Another twist on an old scam. Don't fall for this new Publishers Clearinghouse scam. Better Business Bureau's president and CEO, Rihanna Smith Hamblin, has more.
Consumers are receiving phone calls saying they've won tons of money in a new car. All the consumer has to do is purchase a prize registration license. The scammer will end up with your bank or credit card information. Don't fall for it. For substantial winnings, the real Publishers Clearinghouse will knock on your door. For more tips, go to bbb.org.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay, make payments directly from your smartphone, and People Pay, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet to learn more at ctbi.com. That's ctbi.com.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC.
Did you know termites cause over $5 billion in property damage each year? Luckily, you can protect your home with Arrow Exterminators and the Centricon system with always active technology. Centricon creates a protective barrier around your home to stop termites before they ever have the chance to attack. It is truly investment protection for your home. The pros at Arrow Exterminators also specialize in pest, mosquito, and fire ant control. And you can feel good knowing that all services are backed with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. All you have to do is schedule a free home evaluation, and a licensed Arrow professional will come to your home and inspect, identify, and then treat in the most environmentally responsible method available today. Call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com. That's 888-GO-ARROW or arrowexterminators.com. It's not just pest control, it's Arrow Exterminators Pest Control.
In local sports and high school softball today, Glasgow welcomes Russell County to American Legion Park with the first pitch scheduled for 5:30. Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune on the air with live coverage at 5:25 on WCLU 103.1 FM and 1490 AM and online at playwclu.com. Other softball action this afternoon, Allen County Scottsville travels to South Warren. Monroe County hosts Taylor County. Caverna visits Bardstown. Bethlehem. Hart County entertains Clinton County, and Metcalfe County is at home against Greene County. In baseball today, Allen County Scottsville welcomes Metcalfe County, and Hart County plays at Thomas Nelson. And that's local sports.
Ugh, why is this thing so slow.
Is your slow computer frustrating, but you don't want to pay the money for a new one? Well, check this out.
Hi, I'm Chris Couch from Apollo PC. Nothing runs better than a new computer. Our refurbished models are practically good as new. Right now, get a complete computer system with monitor, keyboard, mouse, and speakers running Windows 7 for only $300. Or if you prefer a laptop, we have fully refurbished models for only $250. And we wouldn't put the Apollo name on it if they weren't top notch.
Search faster with Apollo PC. Chain Drive in Glasgow next to Sweetheart Bakery.
Pretty good looking weather now as we kick off the new work week. Looking at temperatures starting to modify back into the middle 80s by midweek and then rain back by Thursday, Friday. Little patchy fog around this morning. That fog could be thick in spots, and then we're clear above that. So sunshine's going to take us through late morning into the afternoon, 78. Tonight, some clouds around 52. Tomorrow, mix of clouds and sunshine, warmer 82. Wednesday, considerably cloudy with highs in the middle 80s. And then we'll see some rain roll in with a few thunderstorms on Thursday, mid-80s, and some morning thunderstorms Friday with highs cooling off into the upper 60s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Well, we've gotten rid of a lot of the fog. We've burned a big bunch of it off, I guess I'll say. Let's see, the current conditions, the barometric pressure is at 30 inches even, winds out of the southwest, about a mile an hour, 97% humidity. Over the weekend, if you added up the Friday night and the Saturday and the early Sunday morning rainfall, a grand total of 79 hundredths of an inch of rain is what we have put in the bucket. And that's where we are this morning. This WCLU weather update brought to you as a service of your friends at Apollo PC Glasgow, helping keep your computer going the direction you need it to go. With something new, something repaired, they take care of you at Apollo PC Glasgow.
Hardee's used to think bowls were useless dishware. Then we created the new loaded hash round bowl. Crispy potatoes, fluffy eggs, sausage gravy, melted cheddar, and crumbled bacon. Now part of our 2 for $4 mix and match deal. No longer are bowls just college football games you can nap to. Now they're loaded with Hardee's delicious breakfast favorites and in our 2 for $4 mix and match. Try a bowl today. They're actually really useful. Hardee's, because it tastes better.
Available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating restaurants. Tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
If you're going to improve your home and property by investing in a pool, doesn't it make sense to get it from somebody willing to put their name on it? Jeff Adams at Adams Pools and Supplies is ready to get the job started. Plus, they're having a spring sale to get you in the mood for fun in the sun. Right now, buy a Solstice 24-foot pool with a 20-year liner warranty and 30-year wall warranty. For a limited time, pay only $24.99. Bigger sizes at equally great prices. An 18 by 33 pool, $36.99. 15 by 30, $33.99. And a 27-foot pool, just $27.99. Adams Pools has local installers with decades of experience in installing pools. If it's an Adams pool, it comes with corrosion protection on all metal components using the most reliable coating in the industry. And of course, Adams Pools has everything you'll need after installation, like Bacquasil non-chlorine chemicals. 270-866-2365. That's the number to call to get the ball rolling. 270-866-2365 on Grider Road in Russell Springs. No matter where you live in southern Kentucky, let Adams Pools do the job right.
Add a beautiful look to your bedroom this week from Ford's Furniture. The suit in an antique gray finish features a nightstand, 5-drawer chest, triple dresser and mirror, and centers around this queen bed on sale for only $555 this week at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green and Glasgow.
Did you know Ford's Furniture offers Power Assist lift chairs? We have a great selection available in a variety of colors and fabrics from petite to large for a perfect fit. And Ford's offers a hassle-free shopping experience and timely full-service delivery and setup from Ford's Furniture.
All right, 732 Ralphie's Fun Center says, why don't we have some fun? Let's have some birthday honorees honored here this morning. Ralphie's sponsors of birthdays, and boy, do they throw a fun birthday party. Whether you got just a few or a whole big bunch, Ralphie's can handle the crowd. Ralphie's Fun Center saying happy birthday today to Allie Doan Carver, Becky Hatcher, 66 today, Melody Shrout, Hunter Caldwell, Brenda Simmons. Happy birthday to you, Brenda. Michaela Humphrey Glass. Jonna Thomas for the birthday. Judy Stasik is celebrating a birthday today as well. Don't forget, we are patting on the back today by special request, Janet Dilly. That's right, it's Janet Dilly Day on the radio. And if you happen to see Janet Dilly around town today, we would love it if you'd pat her on the back and let her know she's good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas. We know Monday is going to be a fabulous day, just like every day at a little taste of Texas. It's 49 degrees at WCLU, and let's see, remember we're going to be giving away a Dairy Queen birthday cake today from Dairy Queen in Glasgow and a beautiful rose from Greer's Florist in Glasgow. We've changed the rules, not really changed the rules, we're just going to, I guess, underline the rules a little bit here. Effective May 1st, 2019, the following rules apply to all contests conducted by Royce Radio Incorporated. Only one person can win a prize or pick up a prize within a 30-day period. For whatever reason, if a winner is incapable of picking up the prize, either at the sponsor's location or at Royce Radio Incorporated, prior arrangements must be made and all of the contest rules must be adhered to. Birthday Club, Persons of the Day, and all on-air contest prizes must be picked up by the winner or the honoree. IDs may be required. All coupons and tickets not picked up within 30 days of winning are void. No exceptions can be made. Dairy Queen winners drawn each day should call WCLU directly at 270-651-9149 for specific instructions on how to pick up your cake. This way everybody wins. And thanks for listening to WCLU.
Complete rules are posted at WCLUradio.com/rules.
A Wendy's Frosty is something special, and for a limited time, a Frosty is just 50 cents. An American classic for a classic price. It's not quite a milkshake, not quite an ice cream cone. It's definitely chocolate or vanilla. That choice is on you. Use a spoon or a French fry. Anything goes. A Frosty makes summer special. Yep, there's nothing quite like a Frosty. And at Wendy's, we got you with a Frosty for 50 cents. Get yours before this deal melts away.
Small Frosty only at participating Wendy's for a limited time. Price and participation may vary in Alaska and Hawaii.
You find yourself thinking about the future? Perhaps you are considering downsizing or purchasing your first home. Or maybe your family is growing and you need a bigger home. I'm Gay Parker, mortgage originator with Citizens First Bank. With my 40 years of experience helping homeowners in South Central Kentucky, I can find the best mortgage product for you, regardless of your stage of life. Stop in our Glasgow branch or apply online at citizensfirstbank.com. Citizens First, the best choice for the best mortgage loans.
MLS number 419873. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All in subject to credit approval.
Good morning, friends. You know, it's got to be remembered that Jesus didn't die because some wishy-washy crowd of Jews followed the crowd and called for his death. He didn't die because of the moral cowardice of an evil governor. He died because it was the will of God to provide a way for all sinners to be brought back into fellowship with him. It took a perfect man to offer his perfect blood as a perfect sacrifice so that we as imperfect people who can do nothing to save ourselves might have the hope of salvation from the penalty of our own sins. Jesus died in order to be obedient to the will of the Father. Our Lord was obedient to the intended justice and mercy of a loving God, who sacrificed his only begotten Son as a sacrificial lamb for the sins of wicked mankind. How can we ever thank the Lord Jesus, the Lamb of God, for dying for us? We must express our sorrow and our shame to the ruler of the universe, and at the same time we must show forth our unspeakable joy that we've been delivered from ourselves. May we all fall at the foot of the cross and confess our total unworthiness and express our undying gratitude with the same words that Jesus uttered at his death. Father, into your hands I commend my spirit. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
The Empty Nest inside Pharmacy Express is full of goodies like new fall fashion jewelry, home decor for every room, artwork, and much more. Check out the Cindy bracelets and On Who jewelry, both with great causes. The Empty Nest also offers wedding and baby registry. Make sure to ask about their customer loyalty program. For every purchase at the Empty Nest, you earn double points to redeem for cash off your next purchase. You'll find the Empty Nest is not so empty inside Pharmacy Express on the corner of Cleveland Avenue and the Bypass in Glasgow.
737 WCLU. I want to remind you, well, not remind you, I'm going to tell you for the first time that Johnny Lee England has a birthday today. That's Johnny Lee England having a birthday. So we're going to come right back and do some tidbit news for you here this morning. 49 degrees. Make this the year that you transition into spring fully prepared. When it comes to making your home and property look its best to have Mammoth Cave Transplants at your side. Come to Mammoth Cave Transplants and see greenhouse after greenhouse full of bedding plants, hanging plants, trees, shrubs, all of the lavish colors and full foliage plants ready to beautify the world around you. Have you always wanted to get a good start to your garden? Well, Janet Dennison and her staff staff enjoy helping people pick out the right gardening plants, supplies, and materials to make your green thumb the best yet. Mammoth Cave Transplants is easy to get to. We're at 5394 Brownsville Road, Highway 259 between Pig and Rhodey. You'll be impressed with the sprawling complex where spring gardening, landscaping, and beautification is well underway. Call us today at 270-597-2533. We are Kentucky proud and will be celebrating 25 years in business. We keep Kentucky growing.
Come check out Houchin's IGA's Buy 8, Save $8 sale. Mix and match 8 participating items and get $8 off your total purchase. Pick up select 5 to 8 ounce craft shreds, chunks, cracker cuts, or crumbles, only $1.69. 32 ounce Heinz ketchup for just $1.99. And 10.7 to 12 ounce craft singles, only $1.99. All of these and many more when you buy any 8 participating items during the Houchin's IGA Buy 8, Save $8 sale.
You know what sounds fun? Holiday World and Splash and Safari sounds fun. We're talking the kind of fun you find on 4.5 miles of rides and slides. The kind of fun that leads to the sounds of silence on the car ride home. Because the kids will be sleeping. The kind of fun that comes from finding the best savings online at holidayworld.com. So get the fun started today.
Free soft drinks, free parking, free sunscreen!
It's 7:39, WCLU, 21 before 8 o'clock. I got a little tidbit news sounder over here for you so we can share some things that, actually...
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Well, I started to say things that wouldn't make the headlines, but actually, these do make the headlines. This story, number one, if I can find where I put story number one, has to do with the Derby back on Saturday, which we all know how it ended. Bettors who wagered on maximum security in the Kentucky Derby, only to see the colt get disqualified for interference, will receive refunds. TwinSpires.com, which is Churchill Downs' online wagering service, tweeted that it will give back up to $10 to anybody who bet on maximum security to win Saturday's Derby. The company said that $6,212,046 was bet on maximum security. It also had $1,495,408 bet to place and $1,272,082 wagered to show. So, the disqualification cost those bettors about $9 million. Country House, a 65-1 shot, was moved up to first place from second. That colt paid $132.40 to win on a $2 bet, $56.60 to place, and $24.60 to show. Now, TwinSpires.com, get this. TwinSpires.com says that only $520,970 wagered on Country House to win. Talk about a long shot. But a long shot that pays off big for those who felt like they had a little something to go on there. And let's see. Well, we'll be talking about that for a while. I believe I kind of lost part of my paperwork for Tidbit News today. Running around here making sure everybody's covered, but I just now found it. So here is story number 2. This is an interesting story. It's not funny, but it's interesting. Up in Jennings County, Indiana, which is not too far from Louisville, a southern Indiana sheriff's office is offering to take care of drug dealers' competition for them. The Jennings County Sheriff's Office posted a flyer on Facebook addressing the dealers directly. Now, here's what this Facebook thing says. Too much competition bringing you down, wrote the sheriff's office. Are you not making the profits you once did? ? We are here to help eliminate your competition. All officers ask that the dealers fill out a form which includes their competition's name, where they live, and what they drive, their license plate number and state, the drugs they sell, and the times and or days of highest activity. Quote, "Let us take away your financial worries," the sheriff office wrote. Once the form is complete, you email it to this sheriff's deputy here at JenningsSheriff.com, and they're going to help you. Too much competition bringing you down? Well, let us take care of that at the Jennings County, Indiana Sheriff's Department. Tidbit News.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by TJ Sampson Community Hospital.
You're sick and your doctor's office just closed. You injured your finger working in the yard and it's Saturday afternoon. Where do you go? Well, TJ Sampson has 3 choices for you when these and other similar situations occur.
The clinic at Walmart can help with.
TJ Urgent Care at the Pavilion can help with.
And when it's...
Grandpa, are you okay?
You might want to try the emergency department at TJ Sampson Community Hospital.
TJ Sampson Community Hospital. Your community, your hospital.
Sunshine's going to take us through late morning into the afternoon, 78. Tonight, some clouds around 52. Tomorrow, mix of clouds and sunshine, warmer, 82. Wednesday, considerably cloudy with highs in the middle 80s. And then we'll see some rain roll in with a few thunderstorms on Thursday, mid-80s. And some morning thunderstorms Friday with highs cooling off into the upper 60s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. 7:44 and 49 degrees at WCLU. Weather brought to you by TJ Sampson Community Hospital. Coming back, a little music history today. Every Monday and Tuesday, enjoy half-off sushi and appetizers at Shogun Bistro in Glasgow all day long. That's right, half-off sushi and appetizers. Shogun Bistro of Glasgow. You've chosen wisely.
Hello, I'm Anthony Myatt. Thanks for calling. How can I help you?
I need life insurance, but it's so complicated.
It can be. As a Modern Woodman agent, I'm trained to design the best plan for you.
Great. Thanks a lot. I'm so glad I called you.
Call me anytime at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable